Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Math 10 C Chapter 1, Lesson 6, Surface Area and Volume of a Sphere. Now, to find the surface area of a sphere, we use the formula surface area is 4 pi r squared. Now, to prove that's a little difficult, it's actually a calculus class. This is one of the few times I'm going to ask you to trust me. Now, if you don't believe me, which is fine, be a little bit paranoid. Go here, and you notice the sphere, 4 pi r squared. So let me write. No, it still won't let me write on the board. Anyway. Now, I also want you to note we're talking with hemispheres here, half a sphere. Now, the surface area of a hemisphere is 3 pi r squared. Now, that formula is not on your formula sheet, but I do expect you to be able to use it, which means write it out. So pause the recording, or sometime today, make a note of this on your formula sheet. Formula for the hemisphere surface area is 3 pi r squared. So, a glass sphere, or marble, has a radius of 25 centimeters. What's the surface area of the sphere to the nearest square centimeter? Well, surface area is 4 pi r squared. 4 times pi times the radius, 25 centimeters. Okay, I can't do that on my head, so I have to grab Mr. Calculator. Come on, you can do it. Yes, you can. 4 times 25 squared is, that's 2,500 pi centimeters squared. And remember, that's the old way to write it. I want you to multiply that by pi to get a total of 7854.0 centimeters squared. Okay, not too bad. Well, we've done enough of these volume and surface area questions. You're plugging numbers into the formula. So, let's do a couple quick ones here. What are the surface areas of the following? I got this notes in the wrong order. I should have done this first. Anyway, surface area equals 4 pi r squared. 4 times pi times 14 feet squared. I don't know. I can't do that in my head. 4 pi times 14 squared. 4 times pi. Oh, barakazad, wrong number, sorry. 4 pi times 14 squared. 2463. Now, the hemisphere is 3 pi r squared. The how and the why, where the formula comes from, is a calculus class, and I'm not doing that to you because it'll hurt. So I'm going to pause the recording. You plug the numbers in and tell me what the surface area is, okay? Okay, I plugged in the numbers and I got 6,870.7 centimeters squared. Now, moving on to volume. To find the volume of a sphere, use the formula volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Now, that is right on your formula sheet here, 4/3 pi r cubed. Note, to find the volume of a hemisphere, use the formula 2/3 pi r cubed. So this formula is not in your formula sheet. You're going to have to write it out somewhere. So pause the recording, make a note of it in your formula sheet or sometime today, please. Okay? So what are the volumes of the following? Well, now, 4/3 pi times 16 cubed. I can't do that in my head. Mr. Calculator over here. So 4 divided by 3 times 16 to the power of 3. So that's going to be 5461.3 pi inches cubed. That's the old-fashioned way. So multiply times pi 17,157. Volume 17,157.3 inches cubed. Now, how many decimal places? Zero. Yeah, I usually go to one decimal place because I can. Do I really care? No. All right, now, that's how you find the volume. I'm going to pause the recording, and you guys are going to do the volume. Sorry. 2/3 pi r cubed for the hemisphere. All right, so let's go. And I got 228.7 pi, or 718.4 millimeters cubed. That's what I got. All right. So let's do a few more. So a sphere has a surface area of 2,735 centimeters squared. Find the radius of the sphere to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. Notice no picture. R equals, we don't know. What do we know? Well, surface area, 4 pi r squared. 2735 centimeters squared equals 4 pi r squared. So, how do we get rid of 4 times pi? We divide both sides by 4 pi. Now, depending on your mood, you really should multiply 4 pi out first. Actually, I will do it that way, because I've been fairly consistently doing that, so I'll do it that way first. Come on, what's your issue? So, 4 pi, 12.57. So, 2735 centimeters squared equals 12.57 centimeters. No, no units there, just r squared. So how do I get rid of 12 times 12.57? Divide both sides by 12.57. So 2735 divided by 12.57. So my radius squared is 217.64-ish centimeters squared. So the radius is the square root of 217.64 meters squared. So square root of that. Radius is roughly 14.75 centimeters. Now, I'll check. I said to the nearest tenth of a centimeter, so I got to round off. 14.8. But yeah, I'd accept 14.7 also. So that's just about as hard as it gets. If you've got that, I'm happy. If you haven't, watch the video again or come get some help, okay? Now, the next one. We just did that one, so I'm going to skip. This is the exact same question. Just different numbers. Go on to this next one. Here we're starting to challenge you. A gas storage sphere has a diameter of 15.8 meters. What's the surface area of the sphere, and what's the capacity of the sphere to the nearest kiloliter? Now, really should draw a picture of this. R is 15.8 meters. Okay, surface area. Oh, sorry. Standard trick, and I fell for it. I didn't read the question. Diameter. So the radius is half of that. And I can hear some of you screaming at me. Thank you. So the radius. Read the question, Mr. Sutton. Helps to read the question. Half of 15.8 is 7.9. Well, let me double check that because I'm getting old and I'm making dumb mistakes. 8 divided by 2 is 7.9. All right. So the surface area is 4 pi r squared, which is 4 times pi times 7.9 meters squared. So let's do this math. 4 times 7.9 squared is 400. 0.64 pi meters squared. The old-fashioned way to write it out, I want you to multiply that by pi. Excuse me. So my surface, excuse me, 784.3 meters squared. So, now what's the capacity of the sphere to the nearest kiloliter? That's getting sneaky, and this video is getting long, so I'll save this for the next part of the video, or the next video. So if you've got any questions about this, shoot me an email or watch the video again. Otherwise, we'll go on to the next video and answer the trick question next.